Let's enter into another topic, hunger, hardship and revolt. The 1830 years of great economic hardship in Europe. And in this paragraph, overall paragraph, they have explained the reasons for hunger, hardship in Europe, which led to popular revolt. So first reason we can call it as enormous increase in population. All over Europe there was increase in population. Then second reason, more seekers of jobs than employment. In the sense, unemployment prevailed. As the population increased, it led to unemployment. And from migration started. From rural areas, people started migrating to the cities, leading to overcrowded slums and unemployment problems. Then when it comes to industrial sector, small producers in towns, they were facing stiff competition from the cheap machine-made goods from England. Even India also, you can remember, machine-made goods have started coming to India. People started purchasing machine-made cloth because that is cheaper than the khadi cloth, which is hand-spun. In the same way, in Europe also the same kind of situation. In Europe also, machine-made cloth of England has given stiff competition to small producers in towns. And even like India, cottage industry, people used to do at home hand-spun cloth. In the same way, in Europe also, especially textile production was mainly done in homes or in small workshops, and very less machine work is being used for that. So, small producers were unable to compete with the machine-made products of England. And the next reason, we can call it as peasants. Peasants still struggle under the burden of feudal dues and obligations, whereas the higher section aristocracy, they still enjoyed their power. Then next problem, we can call it as rise of food prices and the year of bad harvest. No good crops, so food prices have increased. So overall, if we compile, increase in the population. Then next, unemployment, which led to unemployment. People started migrating towards cities, leading to overcrowding slums. Rising of food prices, bad harvest, and small producers facing problem with the machine-made English goods, whereas peasants struggling with feudal dues and obligations. This all led to hunger and hardship, suffering. Hardship in the sense, suffering in Europe, which finally led to revolt in the year 1848. If you can recollect, 1830 on constitutional monarchy was set up in France, and Louis Philippe was been made head of France. Then from 1830 till 1848 he was the ruler, but he was unable to control the economic and political situation in France, and finally he flew. He ran away from the country. Then National Assembly has taken up the charge of France once again. National Assembly proclaimed a republic. So now if you can recollect, even French Revolution class 9th lesson, first Louis XVI monarchical form, then turning into constitutional monarchy. Again one more uprising, Jacobin Club has come, then turning into republic, Robespierre taking up the charge. So same, can you see the history repeats here? Even here 1815 monarchical form, Bourbon kings were set up. Then 1830 again a revolution leading to constitutional monarchy. Again now 1848 a revolution. Finally National Assembly has proclaimed France as republic, and it has granted suffrage. Suffrage in the sense right to vote to all the adult males. Even you can note here, women were not given right to vote. Women had to struggle nearly 200 years for right to vote. So only male have got the right to vote, and then they have guaranteed the right to work also. As per that, different workshops were set up to provide employment. So the problem of hunger surely might have solved here. Once people have got work, they have got enough money to purchase the food, and then slowly the problems of France are been solved. So with this we are ending the topic of France, which we have started in class 9th lesson. And finally we are concluding the France story with a story. And it's a case study of Cilicia. Cilicia is a place, and it's many weavers work in Cilicia. So weavers in Cilicia in the year 1845, they have led a revolt against whom? Against the contractors. So what is the work of weavers? Contractors collect the material from the traders and they will give it to the weavers. Weaver's work is to weave the cloth, and the finished textiles will be collected by the contractors. For weaving the cloth, for taking the raw material and turning it to finished product, contractors use it to give money to the weavers. So, but they have reduced the payments drastically. Already a lot of struggle, price in the food prices are going on. In turn, contractors have reduced their payments, which has made these people angry. So there was one journalist Wilhelm Wolf. So he was in that scene at that time. So he has narrated the scene in a journal later on. So what did he say? And in this village, means Silesia village, there are 18,000 inhabitants. 18,000 people were living for India, and major occupation in that village was cotton weaving. And misery means problems, lot of problem, extreme. They were in extreme poverty, extreme hunger. So they were desperate. They were in need of job, and these contractors exploited the weavers because there is need of job. Lot many people to work. So what they have done, they have reduced the prices. They started giving less pay because they know that even if they give less payment, they'll get the workers. That's their point. So finally, on 4th June at 2 p.m., a large crowd of weavers emerged. They marched onto the streets and they went to the mansion of the contractor. Mansion in the sense big bungalow of the contractors. Then these people entered forcibly. They have entered into the contractors' houses. They have smashed the window panes, furniture, proclaimed. They broke the storehouse. They have plundered the supplies of cloth from the contractor. For the time being, the contractor with their families fled away from that area. But he has returned after 24 hours.
Let us take a look at the social condition of Europe. The years after 1830 were marked by a lot of anarchy and chaos. During this time, Europe witnessed the worst period ever of hunger and hardship. Bad harvest and a rise in food prices added to people's woes. In the first half of the 19th century, the population of Europe had increased a lot. This led to unemployment. Many people migrated from the rural areas to the growing slums in the cities. On the other hand, due to the growth of industrialization in England, small producers in towns faced stiff competition from cheap machine-made goods. An important event of this time was the revolt of the Silesian weavers against their contractors in 1845. The peasants stormed into the contractor's mansion, demanding their rights. In France, food shortage led to the peasants' uprising in 1848.